Okay, hey, hello everyone. This is try number two on this actually. The first time my mic was fucking up and no one could hear me. But but this video is gonna be another part to the last video we did, which was this is our survival talk look where we pretty much answer survival questions that we get asked. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, go have to put a like on it and subscribe if you want. And also ask person in the comments any survival questions you have. And yeah. Anyway, on to it. First question
Okay,
again.
why do you prep?
like I said, the first try of this one, mm, it's I'm prepped for in case I get lost. In case it's like something. Show the fan that it's like something happens where we can't right by it anymore. We have to go hunting for it or foraging or whatever we call it. It-
Or if the government were to shut down or you didn't have a job anymore, something basic like that.
Right, that's for her.
Or
That's hers. Mine is like if you get lost or if
another
you have to go hunting or
pandemic.
whatever.
Yeah, or another pandemic. Those are
Yeah.
reasons to
Mm,
prep,
mm,
and
mm.
they even had that in the Bible, for goodness sake.
Okay.
That's as far as I'm going with it. But
Okay. Just making sure.
yeah, that's as far as I went with it. But they even have it there. So if you're not paying attention, you need to.
And like I said,
Um.
what?
So okay, going on with Phil now.
Yeah. So like I was saying earlier before we had to start. Or, um. So a lot of people think of all of us preppers as hoarders. We're not. A lot of us do take it too far and hoard shit, but not all of us. Yes, that's a stupid. That's a stereotype at this point.
Pardon me, but
It's,
Southern Prepper One
mm, mm,
actually does hoard. So there's a difference between hoarding and preparedness. If you
mm,
have a
mm,
little
mm,
bit
mm.
stored back every time you go to the store for food or first aid or something basic, even a few arrows on hand for bow and arrows and
Yeah.
things like
Mm,
that, that's fine.
mm,
If you go too
mm,
far
mm,
with it,
mm,
it's
mm, mm,
like
mm. If it's our
hoarding.
our emptying storage just because you feel like you're gonna need everything, that's a bit too far.
It's like having
Mm,
a
mm,
store
mm,
in
mm,
your own
mm.
house.
Right. Mm.
And no, you don't need that.
No, you don't. Not even close. Mm,
I'm sorry if I'm busy. I'm sucking on a go-go squeeze at the moment.
yeah, little applesauce thing.
Um,
Anyway, mm,
yeah, applesauce.
for anyone who doesn't know.
It's
Mm,
actually my first time trying a
mm,
apple
mm,
banana, and I
mm,
like it.
mm, mm, mm.
Um, okay, going on to the next part of that question. How do you feel
Mm.
about prepping? I would say feeling about prepping is it's a good thing, but it can
To a
also be a
point.
bad thing if you
Yeah,
have too much of it.
yeah. It's a good thing to a point. I find it to be important to do, just in case you never know what else gonna happen, especially these days. These days, but yeah. So you just if you're gonna be start first, so if you're gonna start prepping, make sure you to actually prepping not hoarding. There's a big difference there that a lot of people don't realize.
Just make
Is
sure you're not hoarding
mm,
30
mm, mm,
rounds,
mm, mm.
30 rounds of 30 30 rounds of ammo or 30 rounds of something.
Right.
Yeah, you don't need to be
Mm, mm,
hoarding
mm,
that
mm, mm.
and then stocking it in a room and calling that your supply.
You don't need to be hoarding anything. Mm,
No,
mm,
prepping's more
mm,
of
mm,
a
mm.
thing that you just do for fun.
Well, I was gonna say for fun, but close enough.
Well, if it's a hobby, it's for fun.
Right. It, which is
Now,
why I
I
say
would
close enough.
say if you had an extra wheelchair or walker on hand, that's a prep.
Yeah.
Because you never know when someone may need that.
Right.
And that would be in the vicinity of your family or your small group.
Yeah,
Um, but then again, don't prep 30 walkers. Don't
I know.
prep 30
Mm,
books on
mm,
the same
mm, mm,
bushcraft
mm,
stuff that
mm.
you've already learned how to do.
Right. If you're hoard the same hoard anything, well, don't hoard anything. Never mind. Ignore that part. Just don't hoard anything.
Yeah.
Save enough stuff
So,
for other people. Well, only take what you need. Mm,
and make sure you have enough
mm,
clothes for
mm,
you
mm,
and your
mm, mm.
family, food for you and your family, first aid, any other medical supplies, and then go from there.
Right. Mm.
And please be smart about it. And what they say for the kitchen, first in, first out, that goes for first aid supply and
Mm,
for
mm,
the
mm.
for
Yeah, because
pretty
believe it
much
or not,
anything to prep
so a
for.
lot of people don't realize the stair items. Like, I was gonna get my Ace Forsaken out real quick. Thank you, show this. Is help. Also, for anyone who watches this, ignore the beeping in the background. Front row of my and Facebook thing. My girlfriend's messaging me while we do this. Is and stuff like that. So just ignore that, please. Please. Yeah. So I'm checking my first aid kit and out of the thing.
But like I said, how I feel about it is it's a good thing and it's also a bad thing at the same time.
Right. Mm, 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 mm.
It just depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. Okay. So. Around here a minute. This is my first aid kit right here. My attack. Let's see. Here's something. There's one. This compressed gauze right here. This thing is actually fucking huge. But you see how thick this is? I'm not, it's not gonna be a first aid kit video really. But I'm just showing this. The thing is huge though. It used to be harder than this. But these things have like an expiration date. This one doesn't really say what it is. After a while, things become non-sterile anymore. Or like those hold on.
If you
See, I have a good
open
example
it.
here. No, not just if you open it. Sterile items do have an expiration date.
Yeah, that too, but I'm saying the first thing is don't open it.
No, don't open it unless you know you're gonna need it.
Exactly, because that's your first reason of non sterile.
This one might actually be non-sterile at this point. Yeah, so this right here this event become non-sterile anymore. It might be non-sterile now. I'm not sure. Might be some damage to this packaging. I'll have to look over it. But these do. This comes in the package sterile, but that's why they become non-sterile because not just if you open it, because so when sterile packaging, okay. So I'm gonna have to say this real quick. Sterile things where you want to put on top of the wound, this is adjusting, and the bandage goes around it. That doesn't not need to be sterile. Need to be sterile. That's all I'm gonna say for that part. Just so people have an idea of what I'm saying right now. The
Yeah,
sterile dressings, they need to stay sterile. Otherwise, you'll put bacteria into the wound who they are trying to dress. Is they're trying to heal. So if it's not sterile anymore, you could risk doing even more damage to the body, to whoever's body, than good. Then you're doing good. Mm. That's the best way I can put that.
exactly.
Mm, mm,
Yeah, that sounded
mm,
pretty much
mm,
right.
mm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for and for the person who asked me what is he doing, it's called Tourette syndrome. It's ticking. I
Yeah,
had somebody
I have
ask
Tourette's, so. Mm.
I had somebody ask me that.
Oh well. Mm,
Yes, he sounds like a dog, but there's a
mm,
reason for that.
mm.
And if you have questions, not that when you're
No, I mean see, that was one you activated one of my ticks by saying that.
Yeah, but what I meant by that was
Hmm, hmm.
that is one of his ticks. But when he went,
Yeah,
that
that's the grunting sound.
that
Hmm.
kind of sounds like a dog.
Yeah, to others it does, but to me it's more of a grunting because of how my hearing is. Like,
Yeah,
no,
and
that's a bad way to put that actually. Hmm.
I probably should not have caused that other tick there.
Oh well. Hmm.
Yeah, whatever. I've done worse.
True. Hmm,
Um.
hmm, hmm, hmm,
Okay,
hmm,
so next
hmm.
question: how will you power your home base?
So that is one I was talking with her about this before this I was streaming. This is not Twitch, it's you idiot. Anyway, I must call myself an idiot there. Anyway,
No, you're not.
now you sound like Cairo. Anyway, um, but yeah. So for me personally, I never really thought about that because with the prepping I do, I don't really think of home base that much, and plus a lot of my gear that needs batteries stuff like that has a solar panel on it. Like this radio right here has a solar panel on it. My where the fuck is that? Here it is. My power bank has a solar panel on it. I don't really
We keep
what?
going.
Okay,
I was thinking. I was trying to think out loud. Sorry. Keep going.
it's fine. So just if you don't have it, this thing's dead. I'm gonna start this thing. My power bank's dead. Oh well. But if you are going to be need some way to power your base, be sure to do some research. Again, I've never thought about that one myself, so I can't really say that one. That one, other than solar panels, with your gear. But again, home base,
Solar
I don't know.
panel would be a good idea. We have a couple tiny generators for like phones, tablets, things like that, or my dad's flashlight, which runs on CR123's rechargeable ones.
Oh, CR 123.
Um,
Okay, yeah, those are kind of
yeah.
fat batteries, aren't they?
Do what?
Are those kind of the fat batteries, like the bigger ones? That's what I might
Yeah,
remember
they're the
wrong.
fat ones.
Hmm. I thought so.
And
Hmm.
my dad's run off that. His
Ah.
mod for his vape runs off that.
Oh.
So
Mm, mm,
yeah, we have one
mm,
or
mm,
two
mm,
little
mm.
ones for things like that we got off Amazon. But then again, you got, let's say a hurricane came to here. My thoughts would be to go ahead and make sure the generator's running, not the little ones, but the big one too. Make sure you have a generator for a power outage, and I'm betting you Phil's dad would know how to figure that out quickly if possible.
We don't have an actual generator here. We probably should get one though.
No, but my point is, I bet you he'd figure out how to
Mm,
figure out what
mm,
to
mm,
do
mm.
quickly.
Right.
If
Right.
it lasted
Mm,
longer
mm,
than
mm,
two,
mm.
3 days to a week.
Yeah. Mm, mm.
Um, but the power came back on in 3 weeks, you're fine.
Yeah.
If it came on further than that, if it came on longer than that or further along the lines than that, I would wonder.
Yeah. Mm,
And you would have
mm,
to start
mm, 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 mm,
minimizing your
mm.
power even
Right.
more.
Right.
But we would have, but I would say do research on that, not just sit there and whine about it, because there are people that do sit there and whine
Mm,
about it
mm,
when they
mm,
could be
mm,
doing
mm, mm.
something.
Right. Yeah, but it's like
Um,
those. I'm not even either of those kind of people. Never mind. Never mind.
yeah,
Mm, mm, mm,
never mind. It would
mm.
be smart. How much cash should a prepper have? Now, on that one, I would say on your person, probably 100 if you're smart about hiding it properly.
Right. Mm. For
If
me
not,
personally, oh, go ahead.
if you're a child or somebody that has a disability like Phil and I, and we still have somebody in charge of our money.
Like, I actually don't raise my
Um,
hand like camera there. I was like, yep.
uh, I do, but
Mm,
I'm actually getting out of
mm,
that
mm,
one
mm, mm.
soon. Mom is thinking that I'm ready for it soon, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Um, but my point on that is it basically means if you're a child or have a disability that makes you want to just spend money out of nowhere,
Or if you're just that kind of person.
just
Mm, mm,
yeah,
mm, mm, mm,
just
mm, mm.
be cautious how much you put on your person. I'd say
Right.
$20 would be the limit.
Yeah.
$5 for
Mm,
a child, $10 for a child, 20 is the limit for somebody like Phil.
yeah. Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
but that and then otherwise for a barter, I would say make sure you have barter items.
Right.
Somebody mentioned next to
Mm,
that,
mm, 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 mm.
I forgot to put it in here, but they should have said and barter.
Yeah.
For
Mm, mm,
bartering, I
mm,
would
mm, mm.
say we should just do a video on bartering and
We
I'll
really should.
explain that a
Mhm.
little more.
But what I'm gonna say about it real quick though is it depends on how valuable your barter items are. To how much money you should carry on you,
Yeah.
just in case. Because like the
Like
more
if
valuable
somebody
item
had
you have,
tobacco.
the less money you should carry.
Yeah, like
It
if
kind of evens
somebody
stuff
had
out.
tobacco
Mm, mm.
and
Right.
let's say I had the
Mm, mm,
tobacco and
mm.
Phil had the paper,
Yeah.
but I needed the paper, he needed tobacco to fill some more up.
Why were we
We
using
could,
tobacco as an example? I don't smoke. Mm.
I don't know, my dad does.
Okay, that works, I guess.
Um,
I
or
don't disclaimer. I do not. Neither of us smoke. I don't think she does.
no, I
I think so.
don't.
Yeah, neither of us smoke. So this is just pure example, otherwise. Mm.
But we're using that as an example. If he needed the tobacco to roll some, he could we could barter for that. If he needed, let's say he needed a blanket and I had the blankets and I needed, I don't know, probably eggs or some kind of food that he had,
Right. Mm,
that
mm,
would be a
mm, mm,
trade as
mm.
well or barter as well.
Yeah. Mm.
It depends.
Or if it's like
Now,
gear wise as well.
yeah,
Like
it could
if
go with
she has a
gear
piece of gear I
too.
need, I have a piece of gear she needs. We could swap. Mm.
Yeah. Now, it going back to this, when I go to my group, and I'm gonna admit this bluntly, don't going back to the cash thing, don't randomly pass it out to people
No. Mm,
if they
mm,
ask
mm,
for it.
mm, mm,
I
mm,
have learned that, and I just tell them leave them alone.
mm,
That's what I
mm,
have to
mm,
do
mm,
now,
mm,
so they
mm.
leave the people alone as they come in the door.
The only things I pass out are the freaking keychains I make around my group. Mm,
Yeah, but
mm, mm, mm,
your group
mm.
is not run by the you know what,
That's true. Mm, mm.
the state.
Yeah.
Okay, enough on that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm.
should you have a hidden cache or hidden
Probably. Yeah.
cache?
Mm, mm, mm,
Yes. Some people
mm,
say
mm,
cache,
mm,
some people
mm.
say cache. It's basically the same thing. And what you do, it's basically the same thing as putting a treasure box in your backyard and digging for it years later.
Charger box.
That's one way of calling it.
When I hear
What's
charge
another
box,
way?
I think of freaking power bank when I hear charger box. Mm, mm.
Treasure
Oh,
box.
treasure. Derp.
I'm Southern. You're gonna hear things come out wrong.
I forgot about that. Hey, you.
Like I forget about your time zone.
True.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
you.
still in Colorado half the time. But like I was saying, what you're doing is you're basically putting your emergency. Yes, you should have one. And what you do is you put your emergency supplies in a bucket or in a box and hide it
Yeah,
somewhere
it
for the
doesn't. Yeah, it
future.
doesn't have to be buried. It could be like a, yeah. I would say in a tree, but that's probably a bad idea. Depending on your area. You know, somewhere where
Well,
where you don't think people are gonna find it easily. For only you know where it is.
yeah,
Make sure to
but
remember where the hell it's at.
don't put it
Mm,
behind the Boy
mm,
Scout
mm,
troop
mm, mm, mm,
building
mm.
either, because we've had an incident behind there now.
Oh
So
Jesus.
my dad went and fixed that. Don't put it over there anymore. Hide it elsewhere. Like put
Mm, mm,
here's the way I would say to do it. If you have a storage unit and it's a small little unit, make sure you have a bug out bag there. Make sure you have some food that like MREs or things like that that could get you through.
mm.
First aid kit there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Mm.
if the house burned down, make sure you have some in the undetached garage like we do. Things like
If
that.
you have a detached garage,
Yeah.
we have a detached garage in my house was like working under the freaking living room, the kitchen. No, not even the kitchen. I did some of the bedrooms. The guy that can't speak today. Mm,
Well, we have that and ours is brick. The only part that would screw up is the wood, we
ah.
think.
Mm,
We
mm,
think.
mm. Yeah,
But it's treated wood right now, so I think we'll be fine.
yeah. Treated for those who don't know, treated wood is less likely to burn very well than regular wood because of what it's treated with.
Well, I'm
Mm,
also
mm,
thankful that my dad
mm,
has
mm.
decided to get rid of the bad wood that was rotten with that. So
Oh,
thank you,
Jesus.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm,
Should you have a hidden cache? Yes.
yeah, you really should.
And
One
a
more thing, make
cache
sure
is
to put if you're gonna
basically
put food that which it seems to many people. You put food in the cache. Make sure it's non-perishable,
like an
please.
MRE
Right,
or
or canned
canned
goods even.
food
Like spam. A lot of
or
people don't like spam.
fruit bars, something that is
That will not
easy to
expire.
eat.
Yeah, not even bread. Not you don't put bread in there because that goes stale. That's I consider that perishable. If doesn't even know.
Well, I would say you could put there is a type of MRE cracker you can home make and put those in there, but I
Yeah,
would
true.
not even try that.
Yeah.
Um Not unless you know what you're doing with pemmican and things like that.
What?
Pemmican, I'll explain it later.
Okay, guys, I have no idea what the fuck that is.
It's another type of food.
Oh, okay.
Um, are you smart enough to remember your Bob in a huge personal SHTF? And for people that don't know, a Bob means bug out bag, and we've
Yeah.
been saying that throughout this video and the last one.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll
Bug
be
out,
honest. I don't know if my bag would be considered a bug out bag or just a regular bag. Like, I'm not certain, percent, but it's like I would remember mine because I think mine almost everywhere I go anyway. Just if I go camping and all
mine,
that, I'll just grab it. If we're at the house, like if they're running emergency, I'd grab it. It that'd be one of the first things to grab.
yeah, it's one of the first things I'd grab, no matter where I was, whether there's a fire or not. I would grab it.
Right.
And
You'll never know when you're
I
gonna need it.
always, I at least have my EDC with me if nothing else. So
Right. Yeah.
I'm not that
EDC,
worried about it.
EDC for those who don't know, everyday carry. It's not as rugged
Yep.
as like survival stuff, but if it's good quality, it will do the job temporarily for what you need it to do. It won't chop stuff. That's about it. Won't chop stuff.
Oh,
Won't
hey
fry stuff.
Ryan. My friend Ryan just messaged me and asked a question,
Okay.
and you just answered it for her.
Okay.
So that's good. And then the oh great, the other Ryan just messaged me and said, "Why do we have bug out bags?"
That's I don't know how to respond to that one, even though because kind of
Um,
like it's to put all your gear in, the gear that you need into, so you can take it with you.
yes. Okay, I'll put it
Mm,
to
mm,
him this
mm,
way
mm,
since
mm.
it's more of okay, how would you feel if your house burned down but you didn't have anything with you?
Right.
That's basically what a bug out bag is for. You could go to a
Mm,
hotel
mm,
and at
mm,
least have
mm,
soap or
mm,
something
mm,
like that.
mm. Yeah, most hotels have this stuff, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, but
Mm, mm, mm,
I'm
mm,
saying let's say you went to one that you had to pay for it,
True.
because I've
Yeah.
been to
For
one of
those are
those
a thing.
before. Let's say you'd already have that ready to go.
Yeah.
Hotel, motel, same deal. But
Right.
you could do stuff like that. Okay. Are you counting on others to prep as well? Um,
Mm,
I'm
mm.
counting on some people. Yes, it depends on who you're with.
Right. If I was with my family, no. But with the family, hell no, they don't do that. They don't do that
Um,
this kind of stuff.
but it really depends on
Mm,
who
mm,
you're
mm.
with. Now, my
Right.
mom, she's slowly getting into it. She's slowly getting into it. She's not as good as
Better than
Daddy
us
and I
all.
are, but my mom's slowly gonna get into this. Okay. What are bug out triggers?
I don't even know what that means. Mm-mm.
Like, what triggers you to bug out?
Emergency situations.
Uh,
Mm.
there we go. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Um, what are your doomsday triggers and why? Let's put that. Let's swap doomsday for emergency.
Yeah.
Someone said doomsday, so I typed it the way they had it. But
Yeah.
emergency triggers can be your personal SHTF, which is a personal doomsday,
Yeah. For those who don't
compared
know,
to
I say HTF means shit fan. That's really what it means. For those who don't know.
yeah, but it can mean
Mhm.
personal. I
Yeah.
think that's what they're trying to say. What are your personal problems with SHTF?
This is so bad.
And that means basically car. What if your car went on fire, or the house went on fire, or you
Or their car
did,
broke down in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, and you didn't have your phone working,
Right.
or you had to go help somebody because you just saw a car accident.
Yeah. It just depends. There's a lot of different things that cause people to want to have to or want to start bugging out. Right? For me, for a long time, it wasn't even really like a emergency thing. It was just me wanting to test my skills, see how good I am. That was years ago. That's why I started doing solo
That's
camp outs so I can test my stuff, my skills and all that. I haven't gone one yet this year. I need to do that.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
I would agree with that. Quickest route and the quickest what's the quickest route to get out of town and the route least likely to be overtaken or crowded with others? Back
Back
roads,
roads.
people,
Jinx.
back roads.
Yeah, back roads big time because a lot of people don't know the back roads. But so they think, okay, if I take back roads, I get lost. Not exactly. As long as you follow it well, then you should be good to go. Good to go.
Whatever
Even,
happened to
like
people reading a map I
Right.
have a map
GPS taking
in the
over.
back of my car. Maps are still something that people should know how to do, and if you don't, you need to learn.
Map and compass. Yes.
Map, compass, and if you don't know how to make your own compass, learn it or you're screwed. Really.
Right. Because like, well,
I'm
I don't know about that.
I know I'm
If
being
you get
blunt
a
here,
decent
but
compass,
seriously.
if you get a decent compass, you should be good to go like mine. But if you don't have a compass at all, you need to learn how to make one. Otherwise, you're gonna get lost
Yeah.
immediately if you don't look at landmarks. Even if you look at
Okay.
landmarks or something like that, you still get lost easily without a compass.
I would agree with that. Um how
Also learn how
confident
to use the compass as well. Sorry to cut you off there, but learn how to use the compass as well. If you do use it wrong, you still get lost. Even worse.
all right, how confident are you in using one?
A compass?
Yeah.
Pretty confident. I'm used to using one because every time I go on a hike, I use mine. So
Yeah.
I've learned how to use it pretty quickly. Plus with scouting and all that, the scouts they my troop kind of beat the compass thing a little bit. No, not trying to sound that's not supposed to sound bad or anything, but like they really drilled the use a compass thing into your head. My troop did used to not so much anymore because there's a lot of people, but that's besides the point though. Like yeah.
One of the police officers I hang out with, yes, I'm friends with cops, don't ask.
I saw my oh
Um
well.
they when they were in scouts and when their kids were in scouts, they used to make their own tents and make their own things to go camping with. Now you
You're
have
not allowed to
to,
do that by council. You're not allowed to do that. You have to make a tent to set it up. Mhm.
yeah, but now you're having to buy that stuff. I mean, in a lot of Boy Scout stuff.
Okay, I sit back. You're allowed to make your own to a point. As long as it's enclosed, you're good to go. As long as you
Yeah,
can close it, you're good. But if it's like an A-frame, you can't close it all. You can't do that. You have to be out of the elements entirely with the tent. Otherwise, it won't be allowed.
well, he's saying it's changed since he was in Scout,
Ray very has a bit.
and he doesn't like the change. He likes being able to hand do it himself. And the
That
people
makes
that
sense.
were complaining about getting rained on and getting wet and all that, complaining to him that he would get wet and all of that, he never got wet. They did.
Yeah. The tents you buy are
So,
easy to rip as well. Mm.
yeah.
If you make it
So,
a decent out of tarps, like good, like decent tarps, you're good to go.
yeah.
As long as you do it
But
right.
you have to know what you're doing.
Right. It's like if anything, I would say practice while you're home, more so, or rather like a camp out or whatever. But have a tent just in case if you're going to camp out. But before you start being confident in those skills, it's like practice anything really.
Yeah. Um, how confident are you in your ability to purify water to drink?
I'm pretty confident because I know there's two methods I use. My water filters and like boiling and then putting it through a cloth. Those are two use.
Right. Now, could you use water purification tab?
What?
Water purification tablets. Could
Yes, I
you
can use
use
those.
one?
I have some of those. They're easy to use once you learn how to do it, but you need to read the instructions first on before you do it.
Yes.
That's a big thing because it's a chemical purification that goes on there. Mm,
I would say I'm pretty confident in boiling water because I've done that for I my stove actually is a gas stove.
yeah.
So I know how to boil water.
My thing is boiling water only gets rid of the contaminants, I mean, like the living contaminants, like the bacteria stuff. It only kills that off. It does not get rid of like solid contaminants.
Right.
Keep
So
that in
when
mind.
you're
So
done
that's why I said you have to put it through a cloth too, like a bandana or something. Think
when
after
you're
it cools
done
down.
pre-filtering, that's called pre-filtering. When you're done
Yeah.
pre-filtering, filter it and then put it through the water.
Yeah.
Then put it through the boiling water.
Put it through the cloth, you mean?
So you put it through the cloth. Then my dad says to filter it with the water filter to get the to get the giardia and things like that out of it.
Right.
And then you go and boil your water.
One thing I read from one of my books is you could also like boil it, let it cool, and then put it through a cloth.
Yeah, you could. You
Yeah,
could
so
do
the
it
order
that
doesn't
way
really
too.
matter as long as you do it right. Mm,
You just need to make sure you're boiling your water and you're filtering your water. That's why you call it a pre-filter.
Right. Mhm.
Um, how much water do you have stored right now? I'm not gonna answer that, but I do have water stored.
We do here for the two, but for my sister Jilla.
I'm
And
just
my sister
not
and my
gonna
dad,
answer.
because my sister and my dad don't drink tap water here because as of reasons, but I'm never gonna get into that.
Yeah, that's why we have a water purifier. Um,
Interesting.
that's us anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna answer how much I have stored. We do have water.
Right.
We're but I will say this: we are looking at getting a gallon tub to put in the back for rain catchment.
Okay.
Like there's gallon tubs that I think they're like a 5 gallon.
I think those things that people put on those water machines, not machines, but you know what I mean, like buildings and stuff. Is that blue?
Yeah, you would get it and put it next to your I think it would be next to the you put it near your roof,
Yeah, so
but
that's
not
the water can drip into it because it has a kind of a
yeah,
small mouth to it, compared to the giant
yeah,
freaking body of
yeah,
it. Mm-mm.
that kind of thing. Does anyone else count on you for their survival? Um,
A lot of people do, with my I'm sure a lot of people would if they know me, but that sounds very cocky. I never first sound that way. Oops. But anyway, but
well,
it's like in my family, yes, I'm sure. In my skeleton, probably. I'm not sure on that one. It's, but my family, yes, because I'm pretty much only pepper in my house. I said all that, and so I'm sure they would. And, and
yeah. My dad and I we're trying to do more, and mom would probably depend on us, but if it really came down to it, she'd probably join in.
yeah,
Now that we're slowly letting her do some of the work,
yeah,
we're slowly showing and letting her do it, so she's not sitting there not knowing how to do it.
right.
Um, are you willing to salvage supplies around you? Depends
Yeah,
on the situation. I
right.
don't want to say steal, I would say salvage, yes.
So it's
Stealing
like,
is a no. Salvaging to fix something, probably, yes.
yeah. Yeah, if it's a piece of your own gear that's destroyed or broken or whatever, you need and you're gonna salvage it for parts for other stuff, go for it. If it's gonna steal, don't fucking do that. That's wrong. I mean, that's another thing that gives us preppers a bad image is when people do that shit. So I'm just gonna call it prepping. It's like, no, it's fucking not. It's being dumbass. Like,
Yep.
yeah, being
Now
an
you
asshole.
sound like very independent.
Oh well.
No, that's a good thing. How do you feel about the thought of being totally alone?
That is enough to have anyone fucking crazy. The being alone and the thought of it. Because the
I would,
humans are okay. I'm gonna go science for a second. So humans are are meant to be social creatures. We are. So when we're alone for too long, it drives us crazy, literally. We start hearing things, seeing things, and turning inanimate objects into possible living things in our minds. Like humans will go insane, literally insane, if they're alone for too long. There's a lot of psychological damage to your brain.
I watch a lot of the TV show Alone, so I actually agree with that statement. I don't know how that one man actually made it through, and then he decided he was there originally, he was in it for the money, and then he realized that God would prepare for him.
Hey,
Sorry, that's how the show went.
okay,
I'm not talking about in general. I'm saying that's how the show went.
okay. I let it go then.
That yeah. So that's how the show went. So he said that was his version of how it went. The other man just decided I'm gonna keep on doing it till I can't do it anymore, and he made it a week or two longer. The other guy finally just had it.
Yeah.
And not that we actually fully will talk about Bible stuff and all that. That's just what I'm saying. Okay, are you willing and prepared to utilize nature to help you survive?
Yes.
Yes.
Humans will
And
do
you can
anything. It's a prime instinct to do anything they can to survive. You.
now I would say
Any
for an
animal, really.
example, aspen trees, if you're out west, aspen trees or up north, they actually have 5%, and I'm serious, 5% sunscreen on their bark. So if you put just a little bit on you, it actually does help.
Makes
May
sense.
not be a lot, but it'll work.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's a lot of different medical stuff that plants can provide for you. Like the chaga mushrooms, they are very good for you in eating or drinking as tea. Like they have a lot of health benefits. A lot for plants do, as long as they're not poisonous.
Okay. What do you consider a food prep?
Here's what they mean by that.
Um, I'll answer this one since we're doing that right now. If MREs, uh, grains, that would include rice, flour, um, beans, grits, uh, and you can even do homemade MREs, pemmican, you can do, let's see, I'm, I'm looking here, hold on.
Okay.
You can make jerky. There's a lot of things you can do with food preps there, but I would consider starting with your rice, flour, beans, and slowly building up from there. Oatmeal, things like that. Start with that, and once you have about 6 months of that, go to beans and rice. Go from your grains to your beans, and then go from beans to MREs, and then make sure you have freeze dried food on hand, things like that.
Yeah.
That's basically that one. Now, name 12 food preps. I'll just do a video on that when I work on my channel again.
Yeah.
Um, what do you watch on prepping videos?
Ooh.
And who do you watch?
I don't really watch anyone really.
Well, I'd start, if it were me, I would say Bear Independence, Rogue Preparedness, Bear Independence other channel, which is it is it is National Preparedness Month, and he's complaining about this. So if anybody sees this, go over to Bear Independent's other channel, Blue Collar President, and watch his preparedness stuff. Um, Harshman Hill, I would say he's more of the medical style, but he's been doing a lot of extra things lately, and I'm not gonna say what they are because of Phil's rules here. Um, Phil, it starts with the you know what word.
Message to me.
Okay, hold on. So,
Okay, yeah, I know. Just in case. He's.
yeah. So basically, he's been doing a lot of preparedness stuff. So just kind of keep your eye on that one.
Yeah.
See, do do do. Um, how many prepping items can you name in 20 seconds? Oh dear.
Okay, you do this one.
Um,
Should we do a timer? Yep.
let's see. Flashlight, whistle, um, Bic lighter, the SAS survival guide, the bushcraft survival guide. I'm naming that because it is a prepping item people need to read.
Yeah.
Surviving the economic collapse based on firsthand experience of the 2001 economic collapse in Argentina. I would say prepping your MREs, your food. Um, let me see what these are over here. I'm not going in 20 seconds, love.
Yeah.
60 large storage food bags that are resealable. Wallaby, they are Mylar bags and they're by Wallaby. I would say them. I would say definitely get a first aid kit, get an IFAC.
Yeah.
Um, make sure you have a blood glucose meter.
Yo. Oh yeah.
I have multiples of those. You need a few different kinds of things to charge your tablets and phones.
Yeah.
Make sure you have water purification, water tabs, um,
Knife.
knives,
Tools.
uh, do what?
Tools. As a general.
Tools, tools in general, not just knives. I would
Yeah.
say, tools for cutting wood, tools for hammering things, screwing things in that are not supposed to be with the drill in case the battery died or whatever.
Yeah.
A tent. I would also say I'm probably over the limit here, but I would also say some kind of camping pad that to
Yeah.
go with the tent.
Just don't make it a very big tent. Make it like make a little smaller tents that can be packed away. E-
Yeah,
No, obviously don't get a big tent for yourself. You never do that because it's like the bigger it is,
I
the
would
heavier it's gonna
agree with
be, and the
that.
more space it's gonna take up. You like a backpacking tent or something to you can have. So you can put hook it to your bag if you have to. Mm.
Book bags, backpack, book bags for the kids because they need some kind of um thing to learn how to carry for themselves.
Yeah.
And I would say that should be an older bag that you still have that works and is in order.
Yeah.
Um, I'd say that's about it there. Make sure you have glasses if you wear glasses. Make sure you have a water bottle. Um, Make sure you have good boots, extra pair of clothes. Let me see. Medication if you need meds. Um, Money if you have that. And as I said before, really make sure you have books so you can understand what's really going on.
Yeah.
And that's probably more than 20, but that kind of gave people ideas there. Why is preparedness important? And then we'll end it.
No, I was gonna. I sent a message on which one we're gonna end on.
Okay. But we'll start back on why is preparedness important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So what?
Okay, we can do that.
Okay. So wait. Okay. You need to be prepared for what's gonna happen eventually, because so this is essentially why prepared is important. Important. You need to be prepared for something so it doesn't take you by surprise. Take you by surprise, you will most likely not have the right like mindset of okay, what do I need to do at the moment. But if you are prepared for it, or you get prepared for when it happens, or whatever, then you'll be in a better mindset of okay, I know what to do now. To put it simply.
I
So
can agree with that. Okay. So I'm gonna. No, I need to put a mark here somehow. Ignore me, Phil. I'm trying to figure this out. Keep on
okay,
going.
so let's see.
Yeah.
How do you feel about bug out bags? What is bug out bag? I think we already explained that. We already answered that one, didn't we? Ginny?
Yeah.
Did we already answer the how
We
we feel about bug out bags
basically.
and what they are?
Yeah, we basically did that.
What is a good bug out bag? No. There's a lot of different things that make a decent bug out bag or a good bug out bag. The construction and the size of it. There's just two other things. Yeah, it
Well,
basically
here's
heavy duty
the other
construction.
thing. And here's another thing for that. What makes a good bug out bag? The one you have.
Right. As long as it's like a heavy, as long as it's capable of holding only enough stuff that you need, and stuff that you find out in the wild for when you're foraging or whatever, it's good to be, it's good to go. As long as it's not like shitty quality.
Yeah. And for a child, just literally make sure they can carry what you give them.
Right. Because that was one thing I learned from a Army Air Force person a while back, where it was is for e, ev- ounces become pounds, which means for every ounce of stuff you have on you, as you go walking or hiking or exploring or like or to whatever you're doing down the wild, that can get very heavy very quick. It can turn into what feels like pounds because of the fatigue. So keep make sure like we're packing just enough stuff that you need and nothing too heavy. Yeah, like I used to fill my bag to the top no matter what for some stupid reason. I'm an idiot, but that would screw me over every hike I went on. So I learned that the hard way. But yeah, it's like just make sure not to pack anything big and bulky and heavy if that you don't need. You,
Exactly. Um, let's see. Why is survival important?
well, you want to be alive, don't you? Like,
Yeah,
well, some people. I'm not against
pretty
that. Never
much.
mind.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You don't want to get lost. You don't want to You want to make sure you know how to do things for yourself.
Yeah.
12 Seeds of Survival. I really don't see why people keep asking this one, but I'm going to answer it anyway.
I'm trying to find my book, but I
Um,
can't remember what. My book says 5 C's, but.
well, there's 12. Let me find the email real quick
Okay.
from Refuge.
Okay,
Uh,
here's 5 of them: hunting tools, cover elements, combustion devices, containers, and coordinates. So hunting tools, cover element, and combustion device, container, and coordinates. So those are just five
okay,
of them.
let's see.
Hunting
Refuge.
tools being like knives, like the survival knife right here. I'm here for survival knife, humanitarian, you know. This is a pretty good survival knife. It's for military, too, after all. Mm. This one's not that big, but it's fourth page. But anyway, I also have a rubberized handle version of the marine K-bar. K-bar. It's another survival knife. It's way bigger, but
Ah,
like a 6 inch blade, but still. Mm.
alright. Now I've got it.
Okay.
Refuge
Mm.
Medical sent the 12 Seeds of Survival, and it's the original five are correct. So I'm going to go in order here: casualty care, combat, candle, commo, calories, conditioning, cutting tool, compass, cordage, cover, container, combustion.
Yeah. Mm.
There's just extra in there. And so, casualty care, that means your IFAC. Combat
Yeah. Mm. Mm.
means your
Mm. Mm.
protection,
Mm. Yeah, we're
whatever
not
it
gonna
is
get into
you
that.
want to
We're not gonna
use
get.
there.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that one. Because we're probably a knife.
Yeah, I just
What's also
wanted to
cutting
say it
tool?
that way so we don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Some kind of weaponry is as far as I'm going.
Yeah,
Mm.
and
Mm.
that's why I
Mm.
said protection.
Yeah.
Flashlight,
Mm.
headlamp means candle. Commo or
Mm.
comms, as people said back before commo. Radio.
Mm.
Calories, food. Conditioning, training. Cutting tools,
Mm. Mm.
knives,
Mm.
shears, hammers,
Saws,
whatever you.
axes, like anything that has a blade. You, you,
Yeah, anything that has a blade on it. Compass,
you, you,
maps,
mm,
compasses.
mm, mm,
Cordage,
mm, mm,
paracord,
mm.
or
There it is.
bank line.
There's a paragraph right here. This little thing, like, yeah,
Cover, clothes, blankets, sheet. Really? I just said sheet. I meant sleep gear. Clothes, blankets, sleeping gear.
mm,
Tent, things like that. Tarps
yeah,
would be another
mm,
one. Container, bladder, water bottle slash bladder slash canteen. Combustion
mm,
would be
mm,
lights
mm.
and ferro rod.
Yeah, it's, think about it.
Okay, so
So,
that's done
well,
there.
this isn't very well, but but also, whistles is also a good thing to have. And,
Yeah.
but that's not part of that list.
Alright, Phil, you want to end it?
We were gonna do the next one at the end of there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Did you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I can do that. So for the three, okay, what do you mean 3 seconds without hope? So a lot of people never heard them say that. 'Cause that's because it's rarely ever mentioned. It's actually a forgotten one, actually. But if you don't have hope, you will like lose faith in actually ever getting out of the situation, and probably just like I don't want to say it like harshly, but you'll just give up, essentially, and stop trying to survive after a while. But if as long as you like, if you go that long without hope, you could end up giving up, like you said. As long as you keep having hope that you'll get out of the situation and confidence about it, you'll be good to go. Or to keep on going, I should say. Yeah, yeah. Like, it's all. Survival stuff is also a big mental game where, or like, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but again, and if you don't be giving up, uh, and to give also think of your of people you care about, waiting for you, essentially, only, and that's really all I have for that one. Anyway,
That's
but
about it for right now. So we're
yeah,
heading out.
yep, you're getting that off. I'm gonna. So yeah, so we're gonna end the video here, guys. Is this? I was gonna say this fun, but hope this is informational to all of you. Again, make sure don't just go off what we're saying. Do some research of your own for stuff as well. But if you have any more questions for anyone, we are making a list on Google Docs. We're not gonna share it obviously because we don't want people screwing around on it. But just comment them, put it in my Discord, or that I'm gonna put that the link will be in the description for. Ginny, do you want me to put your email for people to ask you questions?
Yeah,
Okay,
I can do that.
I'll put her email in the description down below. Oh, I can't remember if I did that last time or not, but I'll also put her channel down in the description down below. I'll put
They
my Twitch
can
feed.
put them in the comments there, and when I get a chance, I'll read them.
Yeah, and
I,
my Twitch will be down there too, because I use live streams on there every once in a while, pretty often lately. Well, not very often lately, as well as I used, but anyway. But yeah, that'll be all for this one. Thank you all for watching. Again, like I said again, make sure if you enjoyed this, press a like, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys next time. This guy's Luke too all. See you later, everyone.